So today I'm working on an old painting and I just decided to wet it down a bit before I started to add some paint to it. I find that the paint just glides easier over the canvas when it's painted on if I wet it down. So hi everyone, by the way. Today I'm kind of stepping out of my comfort zone and just pushing my limits. I decided to create a bold, kind of chaotic abstract painting by layering more than I normally would. And I just figured that I would share my thought process and talk about challenges that I faced and what I learned along the way. So if you've ever been curious about adding more layers to your work or embracing chaos, stick around. So I was inspired to challenge myself by a desire to break free from my routine. You know, I love that feeling that I get when I try something new and I end up loving it. It's kind of addicting. It's weird, but you know, most of us are worried about ruining our paintings and, you know, thinking about not adding too much to them and all of that. But once you dare to let go and you just live kind of to see what happens, you start to discover new elements or ways of working that you can bring into your art. And it just breaks up these old routines that you have. And that is the addicting part. The hunt for something new or something different, I guess. So as always, I just work freely with my first layers. I love this part of painting because it's the part where I get to let my brain rest and I let my heart take control. And as a sensitive human being, I just walk around with my emotions on my sleeves. So it just feels really good to let them go and to let them have some space. So no matter if you let your emotions take the driver's seat or not, you're always going to hit at least one ugly stage. And that's when you start doubting yourself, feeling bad about where your painting is going. And you know, I kind of hit that place after I put down that dark color. And it's a completely normal part of the creative process. It's like a necessary evil, I think. So you might start feeling that you've ruined your painting and that it's hopeless and all of that. And that can be incredibly frustrating. But try to remember that these feelings are just temporary. And if you find these feelings overwhelming, just take a step back, maybe even walk away from your painting for a while, get some fresh air, have a cup of tea or whatever, and then come back with a cleaner head. And I think you'll be surprised to look at your painting with a new perspective. The thing is that these ugly stages are the stages that can lead to unexpected and exciting breakthroughs. And it's like what I talked about at the beginning of the video. These breakthroughs are the addicting part of painting, for me anyhow. That dark color could have ended up as a perfect foundation for something special. And I actually think it did because I absolutely love that dark color after I put that light blue over it. At this point, I was really starting to like the painting and I was actually feeling that I could shift gears and even try to finish it. But that wasn't my goal, right? For this painting, I had decided that I wanted to try and do something different. So I ended up adding this yellow to it. And I can tell you that I did this scared. But I was aiming for that awesome feeling. And even though I didn't have any guarantee that I would feel it, it was still worth trying. All right, so I just want to take a brief pause because I want to invite you to my free masterclass about the 4-step journey to expressive and authentic abstract paintings. I'm going to be sharing my exact steps that transformed my own art, helping me move past fear and start creating authentic art from my heart. So I hope you click the link in the pinned comment below to reserve your spot because I'm really looking forward to seeing you there. All right, I'm gonna put on some music and let you watch some of the bold moves that I make, but I'll be back in a bit to talk more about my thought process around the chaos that starts to appear in this painting. this is where things start to get hard for me. I'm at a point where I would usually shift gears and just try to create a composition that isn't too overly chaotic. But since I decided that I was going to push through this whole phase, I'm really feeling uncomfortable. And I'm in a situation that I'm usually not in, right? I feel kind of lost, actually. I have no idea what to do. And even though it looks like I'm painting freely, which I am, but it doesn't feel right because I just keep doing the same thing over and over again because I don't know what to do. The funny thing is, when I edit my videos, I always like what I see. So I guess that kind of proves that it's a good thing to take breaks if you feel overwhelmed or stuck with your paintings. At the time, I kind of felt like those black lines were dominating the whole painting. Anyhow, since there was so much chaos in this painting, I couldn't try to create any type of composition. So I decided to just focus on trying to pull it together by creating balance and harmony. All right, I'm going to put on some more music and I'll come back with my final thoughts. So throughout the whole last half of this painting, I felt incredibly uncomfortable. And it wasn't until I started adding this pink to the painting that I started to kind of calm down because I felt like I was able to create some kind of balance. Yeah, so I was actually quite happy with it at this point, but I decided that I wanted to keep going and push myself even further and see what kinds of results I could get. I hit another low point just before I started adding this pink, but I was able to create some form of balance with that pink again. You know, I had been painting for over an hour at this point, so that's when I decided that I would just call it done. So let me know in the comments if you ever try pushing your limits like this, or if this maybe inspires you to make some bold moves in your own art. I always love connecting with you guys. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.